Thursday night game, we saw points scored, and we saw a lot of points. We saw 3 touchdowns from the Cardinals in the last 3 minutes of the game, which masked a pretty still subpar performance from their offense. Well, Kyler did have a good game. Half of his yards were to Deandre Hopkins. Half of his targets were to Deandre Hopkins. So you saw D-Hop come back, perform. D-Hop was demanding the ball, which I love. He's like, hey, I'm the best wide receiver in the NFL. You guys traded for me. Your record with and without me is night and day. And then Kyler Murray seemed like he stepped up. DeAndre Hopkins definitely helps him a lot. I was encouraged by their secondary, discouraged by the Saints head coaching, and then we'll get to Kyler and Cliff Kingsbury. But overall, I thought it was a good step forward for the Cardinals, especially you get Hollywood back with DeAndre Hopkins, then you have Robbie Anderson, Rondell Moore, your kind of perpetual 2 or 3 along in there with Zach Ertz. Then you have some options. Let's figure out the run game.
Yeah. My first takeaway from this game was how much of a difference DeAndre Hopkins made to the Cardinals offense, which obviously makes a lot of sense when you have somebody of that talent caliber. But you're talking about an offense that could barely muster 10 points.
Right.
To a team that was pretty much at their own will moving the ball with DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins ended with 15 targets. And what excites me the most about this team moving forward, Hollywood said it should be out about 6 weeks.
Right.
When Hollywood returns, and they have Hollywood as their 2. They have Robbie Anderson as their 3. Zach Ertz. Other players like Rondell Moore are still in the mix. And you have James Conner, who's a decent running back receiver. So this offense moving forward, super excited for. Also excited about their secondary. Their defense wasn't the best, but they made some big plays. They had 2 pick sixes against Andy Dalton in a span of 2 minutes. So I liked what I saw from the Cardinals last night or Thursday night.
Yeah, I'm still worried about their offense because the 2 pick sixes did mask a lot of trouble with them. I don't think they could move the ball at will. I thought there were still moments where the Cardinals would struggle to convert on a big down. And then that's why Kyler Murray and Cliff Kingsbury were freaking out about each other because Cliff is like, hey, we got DeAndre Hopkins back. It's Thursday Night Football. If we fall to 2-4, I'm most certainly in talks to be losing my job sooner than later.
Yeah.
We don't know if they're actually going to fire him, but this is the point of no return. When Cliff Kingsbury is on the sideline looking like an idiot, and then you think back to, oh, what happened? What was the first thing Cliff Kingsbury did when he got some success and went 7-0? He compared himself to Joe Lasso. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? You go 7-0, don't even make the playoffs yet. You haven't even won your division. You're out always like, yeah, I've always thought I look like Ted Lasso. And then you just look like an idiot on the sideline when you're like, oh my God, Kyler, we need a score. And then Kyler's like, hey, calm the fuck down. Sit the fuck down. It's like when on Full Send, when Bob Menery mentioned Buffalo Wild Wings and then Post Malone was like, you don't like it, man? It's like exactly that. They're like, no, sit down, calm down. Kyler Murray walks over to him. And he's like, man, what are you doing? Like, I have D-Hop. We just need to chill, settle down. But if your quarterback's going to openly criticize you like that, that's why Brady was so good, because with all of Belichick's flaws with how he runs a team, if you like it, you don't like it, your best player is going out there, or your franchise guy, not your best player, but if he's going straight up to your coach and like, yeah, calm down, I got this, that's not a good message for your locker room. It's not a good message for your franchise or your team.